First of all, my name is okay. First of all, my name is Romeo Audrey Alaric,
Right?
and can I ask you what's your name, sir?
Yeah, my name is Andreas Skoglund.
Andres. Okay. Okay, Mr. Andres. Okay, I'm a little bit nervous because it's my first time, like interviewing some people in another country. So if I speak a little bit absurd, you can tell me, okay?
Yeah, okay, no,
Um,
you're doing fine, so it's good.
okay, thank you. This discussion is about education because in my college, the task is about describe education system in some country, and we need some experience from another country. Like we need some idea and some must I say some perspective from another country. So, Mr. Andreas, can you
Yeah,
describe to me education system in Sweden based on your experience?
yeah, sure. So in Sweden, we have a mandatory school system, which means that every child must go to school. If they are not attending school, their parents risk facing uh, being arrested by the police, since all
Okay.
children must go by law to school. School in Sweden is also free. You don't have to pay anything, even if you go to government school or if you go to private school. It's always free. The government always pays. Uh, and our school system, even though we have private schools, we don't see the private schools as anything better than the government schools. We see them as the same standard, even. Uh, we start with, we go to school for 9 mandatory years. After those 9 years, you can go 3 optional years more, which is also everything is free, but you can do 3 more years to get so to say a college degree. And then you can do after that you can go to university, which is also free, to get your master's degree or bachelor degree or whatever you fancy. So that can be everywhere from 2 years up to 6 years or 8 years for some special doctors or engineers. So it varies, but the first 9 years are mandatory, and I think that differs a little bit from how your school system works. I don't know so much about Indonesian schools, but I know a little from my wife.
Oh, okay, so in Indonesia, the education system is more like we have a 12 years school, the mandatory, and uh, in college, no, in Indonesia, we have two different school. First, the school is the specific is for a college for student to go in college. It's called SMA in Indonesia, and the second is a SMK in Indonesia. SMK is a school based on your experience. That means that not your experience, but based on your skills. So
Mm,
in SMK, the school is focused with a student who is after graduate is going to go work some searching for work. But in SMA, the school is after graduate, you can go to college. So
okay.
that's a different school. And in Indonesia, did have if I say in SMA, the student is more focusing in some the how can I say the subject is more basic like mathematics, learning English, and history is in SMA. But in
Mm,
SMK, it's more specific, like technique, like architect, like um, broadcasting, and some other. It's more specific in SMK. So
okay.
if you so in but it's not It's not what did I say? It's not to even that you in SMK, it's not erase your opportunity to go in college. For me, I'm from SMK and my major is broadcasting. So, but
Okay.
in college, in Universitas of Tanjung Pura, I choose English education, and it's my first year. So even in your SMK or SMA, it's not stop your chance to going to college like that, sir.
Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Okay, okay. For mandatory system. Okay. So, I heard that in Sweden, all of you use a mandatory system school, right?
Yes.
Yes. Uh, okay. In that case, I wanted to talk to you with the issues or challenge in mandatory system so far.
Uh, well, we have a bunch of challenges, but lately, Sweden has been known for being one of the best education systems in Europe for many years. But in the last 10 years, it has gone downhill, so now we are one of the worst in Europe. And all of this has actually been tied into, according to studies, with the immigration. We received so many immigrants to Sweden that had no education, and they have a different culture how they look at the school system. So because Swedish school is mandatory and you must join the year that you are born for the same class, then we get a lot of new students that cannot even read or speak the language or any language for that matter. So that brings down the total grades a lot. And it also, because we have this culture in the school that everyone is treated exactly the same and everyone has the right to the same type of education. Uh, it also means that students that doesn't really behave in the classroom, they don't automatically get removed or expelled or anything like that. They do get some form of punishment, but that is directed towards the parents, and we expect the parents to do something about it. But in many cases, especially with these people that we receive uh, from different cultures in immigration, uh, their culture, their parents doesn't really scold them or the same way. So that creates disobedient and disorder in the classroom a lot of the time. And our teachers currently have no way of handling it other than temporarily removing the student for the day into a special classroom with a special teacher because they, according to the law, they have the right for the same type of education as everyone else, even though they're misbehaving. So it costs a lot of money to handle all of these special cases, and it affects all the other students that are uh, behaving, that are focusing and listening and want to learn, because they get disturbed by these few individuals that create disorder in the classroom. So that is one big issue that we've had in the last few years that have brought our international global grades, that how you measure between the countries in Europe, we are falling way down. We are almost at the bottom in Europe, which is very sad, from being off the top almost just 10 years ago. So that is
Okay,
one big
okay,
issue that I can bring up at least.
okay. It interesting because in Indonesia, we have more like a similar challenge, but in Indonesia, it's it's a country that have so many islands.
Yeah,
So in Indonesia, the challenge is access of education. So for example, me from